Hello, I'm Anders from Robotic Bean, and today I'm going to show you how to get started with Portatron. One good way to start is to check out the sound library that comes with Portatron. It has a lot of patches and samples that you can use to create your own tape loops. Browse through the patches and then you can open the tape editor to check out how each patch has been constructed. As you can see, when you play the patches, Portatron always plays the tape in a tape loop, so it jumps back to zero when it reaches the end. At the top of the tape editor you can click to zoom, and there are also 3 nifty shortcut buttons down to the left. You can change the length of the tape loop. The maximum length is 15 minutes, but that should be okay in most cases. There are 3 major ways to play Portatron. The first one is to use it as a drone or atmosphere that plays along with your track in your DAW, and you engage this by using the autoplay transport control. The second way is to play it like an instrument from your MIDI keyboard. And the third way is to play it like a fader instrument, where you load 1 chord maybe on each of the 4 tracks, and then use the faders to move them in and out of the music. After this, it's time to maybe create your first own patch. So let's start by resetting the device, and then we should add some samples. You can either add samples from the Portatron presets sound bank, or you can just drag samples from disk to any of the tracks. For each sample you can set the start and end positions, and if you extend the sample beyond its natural end, so to speak, it repeats, and this is a good way to fill up the whole tape loop. When you have a tape loop that you're happy with, it's time to tweak the sound. First of all, there are tape transport controls, just like in a regular tape recorder, so you can fast forward and reverse. And these can all be automated so that you can make a performance and then get it to stick in your song. One nifty thing is that you can reverse the tape motor so that the tape goes backwards. Below the transport controls are some controls for setting the sound of the tape. First of all, you have the tape speed, where you can pitch the tape up and down. And connected to this you have the lag feature, which is how fast and slow the motor reacts to changes. You can set if the tape should be normal or chrome, and you can decide how much tape noise and dropouts and wobble you want. And if you want to be really specific about the wobble, you can open a hatch and set individual controls for flutter and wow. There is a return to 0 button, which makes the tape loop jump to 0 seconds instantaneously, and you can automate this to re-trigger the tape. There are also some controls for automatically setting the return to 0 function. You can get it to re-trigger on each MIDI note, and you can also get it to re-trigger on each bar or second bar or fourth bar. And this is a good way to make like a semi-tempo dependent tape loop. There are also 3 locators that you can assign to specific parts of your tape loop and jump to them. You can also trigger these locators from the MIDI keyboard, which is really fun when you start playing with it. There is a mixer where you can set the drive, which is the tape saturation, how hot the signal was recorded onto tape. There is an EQ with high and low, and you also have, of course, level and pan. In the middle are effect sends to a built-in reverb and delay, and below the actual tape recorder you have the two effect devices, one reverb and one delay. Once you're happy with your patch, you can of course save it to disk, and all the samples are included in the file so they won't get lost. In the demo version you can't save, but you can't load your own patches. As a final tweak, you can of course change the cassette cover of your patch. There are some designs built in, and you can also drag and drop an image. That's it. I hope this little introduction gave you a good start into Portatron and that you can use it in your own songs. And if you have any question, it's just to send an email to support@roboticbean.com and we'll answer as soon as we can. Have a great day. Bye.